Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Poetry in Nature. Today something a little different. A reading from my own book, Blue Blanket. It is the words from my mother's funeral held in July 2019 following her death in Hong Kong in June 2019, and it is to celebrate her life on the eve of a small ceremony that my dad and my sister will hold to unveil a plaque to commemorate my mum's life. Thank you to everyone who has joined Dad today for this celebration of Mum's life. It is perhaps the balance between emotion and problem solving that is life. That is the essence of life. Maintaining the balance through millions of shared decisions with another person until you are no longer you and me, but us. Until you are inseparable, indivisible. I see it so vividly here now after my days and nights in Hong Kong. I feel it in my life with Emma, and in the many friends who have responded in a way that is beyond words to describe. It is beyond understanding for those who have not lived it on their skin, in their hearts for days, weeks, months, years, decades together. It is what makes life so special, so precious, so vulnerable, and why the end of the union of the physical forms is so painful. But the spirit lives on. The memories burn brightly. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because that is what love is. Love is not the breathlessness, it is not excitement, it is not the promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and an unfortunate and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other, underground, and when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree, and not two. That's from Louis de Bernier's novel, Captain Corelli's Mandolin. And from my writings whilst I was in Hong Kong. Then at 2:56, Mum's heart rate starts to drop again, and this time goes to 25 beats per minute, then 21 beats per minute, then 16 beats per minute, then 15, then back up to 22, then back to 16 beats per minute. All alarms now flashing red. A nurse pops her head into Mum's private room and sees that this is it. She nods kindly towards me as I am facing the door, as I grip Mum's right hand, and Dad has Mum's left hand. We watch the screen. We watch Mum. We watch each other. At 2:56, Mum's heart rate again drops to 16 beats per minute, then 15, then dash, 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 and she's gone. After 287 hours in a deep coma and 73 years, 3 months and 3 days of life, my mum is dead. I loved my mum. It was not always a love that was on the surface. It was not the overstory in our adult lives so much as it was the understory. We had our disagreements. We physically lived many thousands of miles apart, and we pursued different life paths, but our lives were forever entwined. My life started inside my mum. She was there at the very beginning of my life, for my first breath, for my first heartbeat. I was there at the very end of her life, for her final breath, for her final heartbeat. Mum gave me many gifts during my life. A good number of them were wrapped in brown paper and sent to me in various places around the world. Tokyo, London, New Jersey, Switzerland. Some of them were in the form of money at times when I really needed her and Dad to give me a helping hand. Some were in the form of raw motherly love, like when I had done something stupid. as I did back in January 1994, or when I had done something a bit smarter, like graduating from the Australian National University in April 1998. Some were in the form of fronting up and offering to support me, even as she must have been thinking, oh no, this is not going to end well. Like the afternoon I excitedly came home after seeing my name in June 1995, unexpectedly on the list of students accepted into the Year in Japan program to spend a year at university in Tokyo. There was genuine pleasure on Mum's face as she lay propped up on her bed with her book open by her side, taking in this news, but also, no doubt, some level of horror about the extraordinary cost of this new adventure for her sometimes wayward son. Her support was rewarded with the even more unexpected news a couple of weeks later that somehow I'd been awarded a huge scholarship to live and study in Tokyo. A pivotal moment in my life, a stepping stone on a journey of discovery and experimentation that continues to this day. But the strangeness of life, the layers and spirals of life, have a way of sometimes knitting gifts from seemingly far apart together again, as if time was no more a concern than a momentary touch of a butterfly on your shoulder. The years 1984 and 2019 are, though seemingly far apart, as one for me. It was in Hong Kong when Mum died, with Dad holding Mum's left hand and me holding her right hand. It was in Hong Kong back in 1983 when Dad and Mum first experienced the wonders and challenges of travelling overseas. Their journey through Hong Kong and China lit a fire in their lives, and it was these flames that carried me with them both, just over 1 year later, on my first overseas adventure, on Boxing Day 1984, and through my many adventures around the world since. This was perhaps Mum and Dad's most precious gift to me in my life. And so how fitting it was that Mum's final gift was also given to me in Hong Kong in 2019. Though this time not wrapped in brown paper, like so many gifts in the past, this was the gift of love, of time, of deep connection. The gift of bringing my dad and me back together again, as we had not been for too many years. Our overstory at times fraught, but our understory forever intertwined. My respect for my dad has never wavered, my deep love buried under surface differences endured and grew. Mum's strong heart and some hidden will to stay with us for 287 hours in a deep coma created the space for a gift that I will treasure for the rest of my days. Love. Love. I would like to, if I may, close my thoughts with a brief poem from my favourite murmurer, Michael Leunig. It is called A Little Duck. With a bit of luck, a duck will come into your life when you are at the peak of your great powers and your achievement towers like a smoking chimney stack. There'll be a quack, and right there at your feet, a little duck will stand. She will take you by the hand and lead you like a child with no defense. She will lead you into wisdom, joy, and innocence. That little duck, I wish you luck. Mum, rest now in peace. I will forever carry your love with me on the many adventures that await. I will not relinquish the connection with my dad, for that was your final gift to me. I will treasure it always. Goodbye, and thank you for my life. So please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like more poetry in nature. Vale, Irene, vale. With love and courage to everyone.